Welcome back, dear listeners, to another thrilling episode of Oliver the Time Traveler. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to all of you for joining us on this exciting journey through the grand mysteries of time and space. Today, we find ourselves in the ancient city of Olympia, where the sun rises over the storied land of Greece, casting its golden light upon the cobblestone streets and monuments. As dawn breaks, Oliver, Isabella, Sophia, and Nikos awaken with an unmistakable sense of excitement in the air. Why, you ask? Well, dear friends, today is no ordinary day. Today, Oliver and Isabella have plans to embark on a breathtaking journey through time, a voyage that will span the ages and carry them from the year 776 before Christ to the year 1981 in Japan. So, let us make haste and savor the delights of a Greek morning, because we absolutely cannot miss breakfast in Greece. Isabella is awake, and looks carefully at Oliver. She tiptoes to the side of the bed where Oliver is still fast asleep, his peaceful face barely visible in the dim morning light. With a mischievous grin, she gently extends her index finger and begins to lightly tickle the tip of his nose. Oliver stirs, his brow furrowing slightly, but he remains asleep. Isabella persists, her fingertip dancing in delicate circles on his nose. Slowly but surely, a smile begins to form on Oliver's lips. As Isabella continues to work her magic, Oliver's eyes flutter open, and his smile grows wider. He looks up at Isabella, and he greets her with a sleepy but cheerful, "Good morning, our plane is ready for takeoff. It's going to be an amazing day." Isabella says, "Good morning, it's time to get up, time flies." They both start laughing and quickly fresh themselves up and get dressed for the day that lays in front of them. Isabella says, "Ah, look, Sophia and Nikos are already in the garden." As Isabella and Oliver step into the garden, they are greeted by the enchanting sight of Sophia and Nikos standing beside the table, adorned with a beautifully prepared breakfast spread. The morning sun casts a warm, golden glow over them, and the garden is alive with the gentle noises of the donkey grazing nearby and the melodious songs of birds whistling in the trees. Sophia gestures toward the inviting breakfast spread, saying, "Come, have some breakfast. You'll love the fresh bread." Oliver and Isabella, appreciating the warm hospitality and the inviting table, and take a moment to enjoy the picturesque surroundings. "It is beautiful over here," says Isabella. Nikos, with a friendly smile, gestures towards the bountiful breakfast and says, "Please, take whatever you like, and whatever you want to take with you today. Let's eat and drink something, and tell us your plans, Oliver." Oliver smiles warmly at Nikos and Sophia, a genuine appreciation in his eyes, and says, "First, I want to say how extremely happy I am to have met both of you. Your hospitality and kindness have made our visit unforgettable." Pausing for a moment, Oliver looks at Isabella and says, "I'm not entirely sure if Isabella always wants to travel with me, but I absolutely love the idea of becoming neighbors with Sophia and Nikos here in Greece when our mission is complete." Isabella, her eyes reflecting the beauty of the moment and the allure of the ancient surroundings, can't help but share her feelings. She says to Sophia and Nikos, "I'm still amazed by the fact that we're here in Olympia, having this splendid breakfast with you both. The adventure of completing the mission to find all the lost watches is incredible, and I'm eager to see it through." With a thoughtful smile, she continues, "And you know, the idea of being neighbors with you here in Olympia is becoming more and more attractive. Life in 776 BC seems so clean and pure compared to the 1900s. The serenity of this time is truly captivating." Then, with a mischievous twinkle in her eye, Isabella looks at Oliver and adds, "And I must admit, I would love to stay with Oliver. Our journey together has been extraordinary, and I can't imagine a better place to call home than here with you all." Oliver's eyes light up with happiness as he gazes at Isabella, his heart filled with warmth. And he says to her with genuine affection, "Time traveling with you is so much better, Isabella." Turning his attention back to Nikos and Sophia, he adds, "After this wonderful breakfast, I'll make sure everything is in order, and then we'll be ready to continue our journey for the moment. But please, know that we absolutely plan to come back to this enchanting place. As the delightful breakfast comes to an end, Sophia gently speaks up. Come, you must be on your way now. Make sure you put some of the bread in your bags for the journey. The sooner you leave, the sooner you'll be back as well, I guess. Oliver and Isabella stand up and begin to prepare for their departure. As they pack their bags, Oliver can't help but share a playful thought. You know, last night, I put the location in Japan in the watch, so I guess that means we'll be gone in a second and probably be back again in a second as well. Sophia, Nikos, and Isabella burst into laughter at Oliver's whimsical remark, the light-hearted moment adding a touch of humor to their farewell. As Isabella and Oliver finish their preparations and pack the sandwiches, they share a meaningful glance, silently communicating the excitement of the adventures they've shared and the ones yet to come. With their bags ready, they turn to Sophia and Nikos, each giving them a warm hug. Isabella says with heartfelt gratitude, "Thank you for everything." Nikos replies with a smile. "Safe travels, hope you do fine and succeed. See you back in a sec." Their laughter fills the garden once more, a bond of friendship forged through time. Oliver then takes Isabella's hand, and they turn to face Sophia and Nikos, who are waving to them in their beautiful garden. With a final farewell, Isabella presses the green button on the watch that Oliver is holding up. In an instant, they find themselves surrounded by a cascade of white lights, feeling as if they are being gently lifted off the ground and the world around them blurs. As the white lights surrounding them begin to fade, Oliver and Isabella find themselves on a lush, green hilltop in Japan. The air is crisp and invigorating, and the scent of fresh, untouched nature fills their lungs. They exchange excited glances, knowing that they've arrived in another fascinating place and time. As they survey the landscape, something immediately catches their attention. It's the trees. These trees are unlike any they've seen before. Instead of the usual, solitary trees standing tall, they witness a peculiar sight. Trees are growing on trees, as if nature itself has embraced an intricate pattern of growth. Sometimes, they spot 5 to 10 trees growing on a single tree trunk, forming a mesmerizing, layered canopy of foliage. Isabella gasps in wonder and points, saying, "Look at that, Oliver. It's incredible. It's like a forest within a forest." Oliver nods in amazement, his eyes wide with curiosity. They approach one of these remarkable tree formations, reaching out to touch the bark of the trees that seem to be nurturing the ones above. Oliver, with a cautious tone, suggests, "Let's stay close together, Isabella, just in case we need to quickly get out of here." Isabella nods in agreement and says, "Okay, I'm curious to see who we're going to meet." As they keep on looking around, Isabella's attention is suddenly drawn to another hill in the distance, where a high-speed train races by. Her eyes widen with amazement and she excitedly points at the train, exclaiming, "I can't believe my eyes. Look at that, Oliver. I've never seen anything like it." She turns to him with a playful grin, adding, "Imagine you want to tell me that in your time, men have been walking on the moon." Oliver smiles and confirms, "Indeed, Isabella. We've already been on the moon." Isabella bursts into laughter and puts her hands in front of her eyes. Then she says, "Come, let's go and explore." As Oliver and Isabella continue their descent down the hill, they are still thoroughly captivated by the extraordinary sight of multiple trees growing on a single tree trunk. As they reach the bottom of the hill, they spot a man with a bicycle approaching. He has a warm smile on his face and gives them a little bow before saying in a heavy Scottish accent, "Good morning to you." Isabella returns the greeting with a smile, while Oliver nods in acknowledgement. The man asks, "Tourists?" Oliver responds with a chuckle, "Yes, we are travelers. And we're absolutely amazed by this hill. It seems like magic is happening here, because we've never seen more than one tree growing on a single tree trunk." The man with the bicycle bursts into laughter, a hearty and infectious sound that echoes through the serene landscape. with his heavy Scottish accent, introduces himself, saying, "My name is Lachlan McGregor, and I'm from Aberlour in Scotland." He then gets straight to the point, a shrewd glint in his eyes, and continues, "Let's cut the crap, shall we? You are indeed travelers, but it's that thing you wear on your wrist that brought me here. I've been working on this hill all day, and I haven't seen a soul coming or going until you two appeared. But don't you worry. This hill belongs to one of my neighbors, and my house is nearby. Come with me and we can have a drink and something to eat. But by the way, may I ask for your names?" Oliver introduces themselves with a warm smile, saying, "My name is Oliver, and this is Isabella. We indeed traveled a long way to be here, in search for you, to be exact." Lachlan's eyes widen in surprise at Oliver's words. He takes a moment to process this unexpected revelation and then gestures for them to follow, saying, "Come this way." As they walk alongside Lachlan through the picturesque landscape, Lachlan begins to share more about himself. He explains, "I'm from the Speyside region in Scotland, known for its fine whiskey and breathtaking scenery." Turning to Oliver and Isabella, he asks with a hint of curiosity, "You do know that we are in the year 1981, and that we are in Japan, don't you?" Isabella's laughter carries a touch of amazement as she responds, "Yes, we think we landed on the precise spot where we had to be to meet you. We never expected this. But what about those trees? Is that normal around here?" Lachlan, leading them along a winding path, begins to explain. "Well, you see, the Japanese people are as good at growing trees as I am at distilling whiskey. They have a unique talent when it comes to arts and crafts, and they're incredibly intelligent people. I work as a forest keeper for my neighbor, tending to these remarkable trees and ensuring they thrive. It's a skill passed down through generations, and it keeps the forest healthy while providing an absolute sustainable source of timber. Every country on this planet should actually do this." At the end of the path, Oliver, Isabella, and Lachlan arrive at a stunning Japanese house surrounded by a few walls and an exquisite gate. Lachlan welcomes them heartily and says with a grin, "It's different than in Scotland, but it's not too bad, actually." He then gestures toward the beautiful garden and suggests, "What shall we do? The weather is great today. I think it's best to sit in the garden." With a sweeping wave of his arm, he indicates that they can choose a spot on a bench beneath a magnificent Japanese tree. He adds, "Make yourselves comfortable. I'll go fetch something to drink and eat from the kitchen." Isabella and Oliver can't help but admire the tranquility of the Japanese garden, its meticulously manicured beauty a stark contrast to the rugged landscapes they've encountered in their travels. Lachlan returns from the kitchen carrying a woven basket filled with food, some cups, and a carafe in the other hand. With practiced ease, he swiftly moves back to the kitchen and reappears with a glass bottle filled with a liquid resembling whiskey. He places the basket on a small table in the garden and starts arranging the cups. As he sets the cups on the table, Lachlan begins to share. "The Japanese do love their rice wine, but I've never acquired a taste for it myself. I still prefer my own whiskey." He chuckles at his own preference, showing a hint of Scottish pride. Oliver and Isabella help unpack the food from the basket. Oliver also opens his own bag and takes out the sandwiches they received from Sophia and Nikos during their farewell breakfast. Lachlan eyes the sandwiches with curiosity and asks, "Where did you get these from?" Oliver grins and replies, "These are Greek sandwiches from the year 776 BC, but they still look pretty good, I guess." Their laughter rings through the garden as they find humor in the incredible time-traveling experience that has brought them together. Dear listeners, beneath the dappled shade of a majestic Japanese tree, Oliver, Isabella, and Lachlan indulge in an extraordinary picnic. The radiant sun bathes the tranquil garden in a golden glow, imbuing the scene with enchantment and capturing the very essence of this remarkable moment. With their cups raised high, they offer a heartfelt toast to the wonders of the universe. They cherish the magic of this unique encounter, their hearts brimming with gratitude for the adventures that lie ahead and the unexpected treasures unearthed on this extraordinary journey. To ensure you never miss an episode of Oliver the Time Traveler, please show your support by liking and subscribing. Stay tuned for more thrilling adventures. Thank you for tuning in. Travel safely, and until our next rendezvous, continue exploring the wonders of time and space.